Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Parkitect, shall we? This is a game that was recommended and kindly donated to the channel by good friend Alex, and it is a kind of builder, theme park, manager game. Not necessarily like Planet Coaster, I don't think, but maybe there's a lot of overlap, and to be honest, I've never played Planet Coaster, I've only played Planet Zoo. So, I'm excited to dive in and see what this is all about. I'm going to start with the campaign, and hope that it's like, learn the basics campaign. Oh good, there it is. Tutorial, Loopy Lagoon. Warm weather and an idyllic setting, this lagoon, with its pre-existing rise, is the perfect place to experiment and learn how a park operates. Relax and take your time. This is only the beginning. Let's do that. Hey there, future Parkitect. This tutorial will teach you the basic skills for running your own theme park. Please select a lesson. Alright, so camera. We can move around with VODs, as we see here. Yes, indeed. Okay. We can left alt and middle mouse to move the view around. We can rotate with Q and E. Oh, I see. And you can hold alt to rotate Q and E this way. And then you can hold middle mouse to do the same thing. Zooming works by using the mouse wheel or page up and page down. Indeed. Alright, there they go. Doing their thing. Look at these people. Just having a blast at the death machine here. Fantastic. That's pretty much all there is to it. Hey there, future Parkitect. Alright, building controls. If you want to build a theme park, you really should know how building works. Fortunately, it's not too difficult. The controls are mostly the same, whether you build a shop, a ride, or anything else. But for this example, let's try building some decoration. Open the Deco menu. From the bottom menu bar, pick something you like and place it anywhere in the park using the left mouse button. Alright, I'm going to use this. And I don't know, I'm going to pick something I like. You know, for example, this incredible topiary. Alright, and I can rotate the object with space, left shift, and move mouse to raise or lower. Oh, I see, okay. Right mouse delete, alt snap it to the grid, I see, and left alt and number keys to change the grid size. Oh, so you can get real fine-tuned. Okay. I built it right in the center there. As long as any building tool is open and your cursor looks like a little hammer guy, you can destroy things with a right click. If you hold the right click and move the mouse around, it will continue destroying things, but only objects that belong to the same category as the one you initially clicked on. This is useful for quickly destroying only a bunch of rocks without having to be afraid of destroying anything else. Alternatively, you can also use the bulldozer tool from the bottom menu bar. I see it. That one's mostly useful for destroying a large amount of things at once. You get a full refund for destroyed objects for quite a while after they've been built, so don't be afraid to experiment. Try destroying the deco object you previously built to continue. Alright, I'm just going to right-click on it. I got it. Or I could use the bulldozer, but I don't think I need to. By the way, you might have noticed a text box in the top right corner of the screen whenever you're using a tool. It lists all the relevant controls for that tool. I see it's in the upper right. That's great. So if you ever forget anything while playing, keep an eye out for that area. For example, it will tell you that you can rotate objects using space. That's really good to know. You can disable these control hints in the settings if you want to. Most things can be raised up or down by holding left shift and moving the mouse up or down. You can also use left control to raise the object to the same height as whatever is below your mouse cursor. Try placing something, for example, a rock, above this blank cube here. Okay, so I'm going to go to the deco tool and I'm going to go to rocks, and I'll just put, like, you know, this nice looking rock over here. And I can just hold control, I guess, to build it on top of this. No, it built it below it. But why doesn't it build it on top? Maybe the blue box doesn't count as something. I'll raise it up. Or maybe they just want me to do both. I put it right there. Now, if I hold control next to this rock, it counts. Yeah, the blue box isn't real. That's why control didn't work, because it's not a real thing. It's just showing you where. But if I hold control next to this rock, then it goes up. Okay. I'm just going to turn off the deco tool. Finally, here are some quick tips for building deco specifically. You can find the object pipette tool near the top of the deco builder window, which lets you quickly clone any deco object that's already in the park. This could speed building up a lot. Give it a try if you want. Yeah, here it is. So I can be like, hey, give me this rock, and then I could build a bunch. Or I could use the bulldozer and say bulldozer rectangle selection. All those are selected. Check mark. How about that? Many of your guests are thirsty. Oh, God. Calm down, guests. Many deco objects can be placed freely, but when holding left alt, they will snap to a grid, which is super handy for placing objects very precisely. I see that. You could change the grid size by holding left alt and hitting a number key. Okay. Let's see, your first ride. Rides are the most important thing in a theme park, of course. They're very big and intense rides like roller coasters, but also smaller, much less intense rides. Roller coasters attract many new guests to the park, and most people love them. Guests are different, though. Some people prefer the less intense rides, and ideally, your park should offer something for everyone. Look at that dinosaur just walking around. Okay. Since this park already has many intense rides, let's take a look at how to build a simple, calm ride. Let's go with a real classic, the carousel. Select the carousel from the rides menu in the bottom left. Okay. So I'm going to go here, and I found a carousel right here. And I can put it here, and then we can rotate it with space if we wish. Okay, it looks great. And we'll just put it right there. Great. Next, we need to place the ride entrance so guests can get onto the ride. Put it in the highlighted area, okay? So this is like where they'll start queuing up. And since guests also need to leave the ride, we'll also have to place an exit, okay? We could have put the entrance right next to the path, but it's better to give guests some space where they can wait for their turn on the ride. So let's add a queue line. Open the Path Builder window from the bottom menu bar, then select the queue path type and put a queue path in the highlighted area. So we're going to click on this, and this is a queue, and then I'm just going to kind of drag it backward from this point, I guess. Well, there it goes, and then over here. I don't know if the direction of the arrow matters. Like, I think this is fine. I mean, I hope. Now click the green open button. Oh, okay, sorry. It says, let me click on this to close these things. And it says, finally, the ride needs to be opened. Close the path builder, then click on the carousel to open its window, which is right here. It never really closed. You can move these windows all around. It's very slick UI. So we want to click the green open button, and it's open. And now people can come ride this baby if they want to. It is definitely working. Oh my gosh, this person is coming in. By the way, in most scenarios, you will start with a very small amount of rides and you'll have to research new ones. The research menu can be found in the left menu bar, this little beaker. And, okay, here it is. So, Team 1, I guess, is researching thrill rides. So they're like coming up with new rides. Actually, I'm going to click on this. So it's $1.50 to ride this, I suppose. You could change the appearance, statistics, how much money, opinions, 7 people want to go, and there's no jobs. There's just people queuing up. Riverside Zone soft drinks has been out of stock for 10 minutes. That's bad. All right, finances. Sooner or later, your park will have to make money or it will have to close. You can either charge guests for using your rides or charge a fee at the park entrance simply for entering the park. You can also do both at once, but if you charge for your rides, most people will probably not be willing to pay a very high park entrance fee. And then there's also the shops, which are an important source of income as well. Let's use this coaster over here as an example for how to adjust prices. Wow, look at this coaster. It's got like twists and turns all over it. It has a loop, and then they fly through here. They twist. Oh my goodness! And then while they're twisting, they loop back again. Then go through here, another kind of loop back around. And boy, that is a fun one, huh? But how much can you charge? Generally, the more exciting a ride, the more guests will be willing to pay, but you should listen to your guests' opinions to really find out. You can find all the most recent thoughts on your guests had about this ride in the Opinions tab. Okay, so I'm going to click on the ride, and we'll go to the Opinions. And I guess it's called Wave Breaker. And 34 people say I want to go on it, and it was a really good deal. To get a full picture of how well your park is doing, let's take a peek at the finance window in the left menu bar. Here you get the full summary of where you're making or losing money and how the values change each month. The most important row is operating, which is the sum of all money you're making and spending simply from running the park. Okay, so this does not include sporadic costs like purchases of new rides, for example. As long as this number is positive, you'll be fine. In a new park, you won't have much money yet, so that'll be a negative number, and you'll have to work towards changing this. So we click on this, and here's our revenue. So overall, we're making a trim $149 each month. Okay. In case you run out of money, you can get loans from the Loans tab. Just remember that this is not free money. There will be a monthly fee that you'll have to pay as long as the loan isn't paid back, so be careful to invest this loan money into the right rides that excite your guests and bring a bigger audience to your park. Okay? Shops. Your guests will get hungry and thirsty eventually, so let's take a look at how to build and operate a food stall. Select a shop from the menu and place it in the highlighted area. So here is a shop. It's got a little burger. And I'm going to close Wave Breaker's options. And I'll just make a... Let's make a, soft drink shop, I guess. And then the highlighted area is right here. See that symbol above the shop? It means the shop is out of stock. This over here is your park delivery center where all shop products arrive. A hauler will have to pick up these crates and deliver them to the shops. Right now, your park has no haulers, so open the staff management window and select the hauler tab and hire at least one. Place him somewhere on a path, and he will eventually go and deliver the crates. Okay? So here's staff. And I'm going to move this down here, and we're just going to go to hauler. And I'm going to click hire, $16 a month. I'm just going to drop this person right there. Right now, the hauler has to walk. Oh, wow, look how far. Quite a while to get to the shop. This will take a while. Guests will also not be too thrilled to see these big crates being carried around. Shops can be stopped from the back, which is why there's this hole in the fence. I gotcha. So let's build a shortcut for the hauler to finish his work more quickly and without annoying our guests. Open the Path Builder window and select the employee path type. Guests will not use these employee paths, and employees will use them whenever possible to fulfill their tasks. Okay, so let's kind of go like that. There you go. Build an employee path. All right, I did it. So now you can see somebody's going over here. And hopefully they're, you know, who's this guy? Well done. Most food crates create some trash. We should put some trash bins next to this or the park will turn into a dump. Okay. Open the decorations window. Select Path Attachments tab. Over here. And place some trash bins in the highlighted area. Okay. So let's make some, you know, large trash bins in the highlighted area. Over here on the bridge, huh? Okay. There we go. I could put some on each side, I guess. I think that's kind of overkill, though. No, I don't think it is overkill. I think they want that. So I'm actually going to click on this, and I can pin it. But instead, I'm going to just go deco and just click on the pipette and just grab this and put another one. I'm going to close that and just put one over here. Trash bins will have to be emptied eventually, so you should also get some janitors from the staff. Okay. Oh, this is janitor. All right, I'm going to hire a janitor. Just drop them. This should take care of our guest needs for now. And once we make a steady profit and more guests come, we can always expand further. Okay. You can just push escape to close all these windows too. Great. Stocking shops has a cost, and the shopkeepers want to be paid each month as well. So we'll leave it at this while our park is still small. This should take care of our guest needs. Right. Okay. So, you know, a lot of the sensibilities of this are like, I never played Planet Coaster, but I definitely played a bunch of Planet Zoo, and it's the same. Guests don't want to see any of the maintenance. They want things to happen. You got to meet their needs. You got to build queuing paths, and you have to build staff paths and such. But there's a lot of noticeable differences in this game as well, and I really like the UI and the layout so far. All right, let's see behind the scenes. Uh-oh, look, more shops. As your park grows, it will become more difficult to supply shops that are far away from the delivery buildings, such as the ones over here. You could, for example, build a network of underground employee paths leading here, but transporting all those crates by foot will still be slow. Another option is using the transport system, which is a fast but expensive way to get the crates to any location in the park. Let's place a depot in the highlighted area. Okay, cool. So, another, how do you pause the game for, well, I'll just leave it running. It's just a tutorial. I hate when, you know, I'm like reading stuff and money is just falling away and people are unhappy. I always want to pause it so I can fix it, but this is okay. So in Planet Zoo, it's very, very difficult to build underground tunnels and things for guests or staff. So that's kind of cool that you can do that. And I don't believe you can have depots. In that game, you kind of have to build like little outposts. But there is no transporting of goods. It's just really the transporting of animals and the staff themselves and their break rooms. Okay, so let's place a depot. So a depot is in this park utilities section. And here's a depot. Haulers can pick up resource crates for the selected shops from here. And janitors can drop trash bags here. Needs to be connected to the underground connector of the deliveries building. Guests don't like seeing it. Okay, so we're going to rotate this. Now we probably want the door to go out onto this path that does exist. And next, oh my gosh, look at that. That's so cool. It's underground. We'll have to connect the underground connectors using tubes. Okay. So it's like where the Elon Musk boring company here. All right, so I'm on tubes, and I need to, I don't know, This park does not own the building rights for this location. What do you mean? Oh, no, I need to build exactly where it's highlighted. Okay, I gotcha. So I'll just kind of draw it along here. Wow. Okay, this is going a long way. Yeah, this is costing a lot of money. Now, when you're doing this dragging, it doesn't look like you can have it turn the corner, but it does build the elbow for you. That's nice. Just kind of let it go, drag down here, and I connected it. And it says I'm going to push escape just to cancel that. And finally, we need to tell the depot which crates it should receive. So we need to close the tube builder, then click on the depot, and add the 2 shops to it. So let me go back to where I was, way over here. And I'm going to click on this depot, and I'm going to say add, and I'm going to select this shop and this shop. There. Well done. Your haulers can pick up crates from these shops at this depot now. Instead of having to walk all the way over to the deliveries building, now there's just one small problem. Uh-oh. Guests enjoy being fully immersed in your park. They don't want to see how it operates behind the scenes. Whenever they get a direct view of park utility buildings, this breaks their immersion. Let's check the decoration visualization view to get a better idea for what doesn't look so nice to your guests, okay? So I'm assuming there's some kind of heat map for this. It looks like this. And we want decoration. Oh my god, magenta is probably bad. Yeah, look at this. Magenta means source of bad decoration. To improve this, the depot should be hidden. For example, you could raise the terrain a bit. See how this improved the ratings? Did I raise the terrain? I don't know if I did, but anyway. Oh, over here. I see what you mean. So that helped it. So all the guests over here are okay with it. You could also put in some fences. And now it recalculates this. Okay, so it's slightly better. Or plant some trees. Okay, so now everybody over here is happy. Or maybe you could block the view using hedges or rocks. Or you could get really involved and construct an entire custom building around the depot. There are many ways of doing this. Okay. Interesting. So even though this is magenta, I think as long as like the guests can't see it, they're fine. Now the only place they can see it is through this hole in the fences. So they're like, while they walk through this tile, they're not thrilled, but then they get over here and they love it. So we'd have to do some more work right here. Now I wonder, just for fun, can I build? I guess it would be in. No, it would be in deco. And it would be, benches, lamps, photo spots, trash bins, nature props, structures. Are these fences? Yes, okay. So I wonder, can I build a gate is what I'm looking for specifically. Like, this is what I have, but could I build some kind of gate to block this? Here we go. Here's a gate. That's too small. That's also too small. I wanted something a little bigger. That's fine. What we're going to do is go back here, and I'm just going to go to, props. No. Fences. You can build, like, some pretty sick hedge fences. That's not as thick as I wanted. Let me go back to the view and then just show me the decoration. If I just put this like right here, look at that. It immediately made that better. So now people, it's pretty neutral. It's only bad for people who walk on that tile, but the guests should never do that. I wonder if I can put this here. I can't put it here because it blocks the door. Alright, that doesn't do anything. It just makes it look cool. But this is all fixed now, for what it's worth. Okay. Building coasters. A good coaster will attract many new guests to our park, so let's learn how to build one. Here's the initial station piece for the junior coaster that we would build. Simply right-click on this piece to start editing the track. Okay. So, coaster trains stop inside the station. And the length of this station determines how long the coaster trains can be. Build 4 station tiles so we can have longer trains. Okay. So, track builder, build, please follow the steps. Okay, I'll follow the steps. Straight, oh, here it is. Station. 1. No, why are you doing that? 2. 3. There we go. That's 4 station tiles, right? Now, I'm only... Maybe they want me to build 4 in addition to the one that I had. Or maybe not. I don't know. Did I do it? Okay, there we go. Since this coaster gains speed due to gravity, we'll need to bring it up a hill. Enable the left hill option and build 5 up slopes. Okay, so here it is, and we're going to go 1. Oh, I see. Wait, click this. Lift. I don't know what the difference is. I guess I want it like that. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go back to a flat part, okay? 1. Now we disable the lift hill so that the train can move freely, and it's time for the first drop. Okay, so we're going to go here and say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we go back to a flat part again. The train's already picked up some speed at this point, so a quick transition might feel a bit rough. We can increase the length of track segments and use this to create a smoother transition by using the segment size buttons. Set the segment size to 2 and build a transition back to flat segments. Okay, so 2, flat, 1. Going straight all the time is a bit boring. Let's build a curve. Flat curves at high speeds can also feel quite uncomfortable, so you might want to bank the track a bit using the banking wheel. Okay. So we want to go here, but maybe we want to make it banked like this. So, yeah, that's kind of fun. I don't know. 35 degrees. And let's build another curve. By the way, there are some helpful visualization modes that you might want to check out. They help you figuring out which parts of the ride feel fun or uncomfortable. Okay, good. I was wondering how to calculate this. Lateral G-forces press passengers to the sides of the car and are usually not very fun. They can be turned into vertical G-forces by banking the track, which press the passenger into or out of the seat, and they're much more tolerable. Longitudinal G-forces are generated when accelerating or decelerating. Okay, so I'm going to click and just see where we have like lateral G-forces. Okay, and so we see some right here, and I banked it. Let's see where there's vertical G-forces. Okay, so we got positive here, and we have some negative when we're coming down, but that makes sense. Okay, so anyway, we're going to build this, and driving over hills with some speed pushes the passengers out of their seat. This is called airtime and is pretty fun. Set the segment size to 3 and build an upward slope. Alright, 3. Build an upward slope here. The train loses speed over time. It's usually a good idea to make your hills a bit smaller than the previous one, otherwise the train might not make it. Build a downward slope. Okay. You surely have noticed by now that there are a few differently steep slope options available. You can mix these pretty much however you want. Set the segment size to 2 and build a shallow slope. Okay. Let's start thinking about bringing this back to the station. This will be a fairly short coaster, but it's only the tutorial after all. It's usually a good idea to first bring the track back to the same height as the station. Okay, sure. As this will make lining up everything much easier in the end. If you check the end of the station, there's a small marker there saying 3. I see that. To properly connect, we need to bring the track back to this height. Okay, this can seem a bit tricky sometimes, especially when you're just barely off like we are now, but by using the shallow slope and playing around with the segment size a bit, it's always possible to get it back to the right height. Select the size to 2 and build a flat segment. Okay, I will. And I'm at 3. Okay, so great. So now we can go 5 and build another flat segment. And the train is still quite fast, and we need to get a few more turns to get back to the station. We could build some bank curves again, but since we don't need that much speed anymore, we can also brake the train and drive around the curve slowly. The longer a brake segment is, the more smoothly it will slow the train down. Set the segment size to 3 and build a brake. Okay. Notice that you can also change the brake speed at the bottom right when you have the brake option selected. I see that. Okay, so we'll build a brake. And we're going to build it to 2, and we're going to make a curve going this way. Okay. And 1 to make another curve. Whoops, we're misaligned by a tile. We could go back a step and increase the size of the curve, but sometimes this isn't possible. Another option is building an S-bend, which you can find in the right of the track builder. Okay. S-bend to the right. Here we go. Made it. Great, this may be fairly short and simple coaster, but now you know everything you need to tackle something more complex. Cool. Well, everybody, we finished the brief tutorial to Parkitect, and it was very nice just to learn the controls and everything like that on an established park and get a feel for the UI and where you can find things. And I'm excited to see how it's going to be like when we start with very little money and, we try to build up to getting an exciting park going. I'd love to know what your thoughts and impressions are of the game so far. Have you played Parkitect? Are you interested in seeing more of this? Do you have any tips or tricks for a beginning player like myself? Thank you so much again, everybody, for watching. Alex, thank you for donating the game to the channel. And everyone, I will check you in the next video. Take care.